coconut cake. It's a hack that she learned how to do once she got older and did not feel like making a cake. Now, you're going to use cream of coconut. If for some reason you don't have cream of coconut or you can't find it, this puts the sugar in the fresh coconut, and it's delicious. If you can't find it, you can use coconut milk, but if you do, you add just a little bit of sugar, okay? And that's in the recipe, and I'll always put the recipe in the description post, and it's always on the website as well, and I try to put it in the comments. So it's in a lot of different places. It's also on the front page of the website.
And in the cookbook, of course.
Fat that's on the top. See how it's on the top? We want to mix it in.
And that fresh coconut, guys, you'll only find that in the freezer section.
Yes, it's typically next to where these cakes are, really where the fruit is. Not many people carry it anymore. It's hard to find. Ingles has it. Food Lion has it. You can find it at local grocery stores, like if you have a local IGA or something like that. Lots of times they'll have it. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Bird's Eye makes one. Laura Lynn used to make one. I don't know if she still does. That's Ingles brand. But we're going to show you how easy this is to put together. Now, I'm sprucing this up and making it taste like Mama's would. And you know that back in the day when Mama made a fresh coconut cake. Now, I don't do this because I choose to do a buttercream because I like the buttercream. But back in the day when Mama made fresh coconut, y'all tell me what your Mama used on her fresh coconut. Mama made 7-minute icing. Okay? So I have got marshmallow fluff, which is pretty much 7-minute icing shortcut. And we're going to put a little bit of that on there too. So we're going to dump this coconut, and you're going to see that when you buy fresh frozen coconut, you need to thaw it in the refrigerator for 1 to 2 days, really about two days at least. Do not put it in the microwave. It will sour. Fresh coconut will sour. You have to refrigerate this cake. I think that's going to be about enough. And then we're going to put about half of this in there. And I'm going to show you how to do this. You're just going to take your hand and squeeze that into your coconut. And it's going to be nice and juicy and absolutely delicious. Now, if you open, now that I've told you that coconut can be sour, and it can be, now that you know that, when you open your coconut, if for some reason you open it and it has an odor, it don't smell right, it is possible that it wasn't kept cold enough. This one's delicious. So you may always, I could have smelled it because it stinks, okay? Before you put your cream of coconut in there, you might want to just make sure. You just take a spatula. This thing's not centered on here. I'm just going to scoot it over and center it a little bit. This makes just enough cake for you and a friend. Now, they have changed this. It used to be 2 layers. Now it's 3.
Look at there.
Yep. You're going to run your spatula in between the layer. And I'm going to taste this and see if they've changed it at all.
See if it's sweet.
It's back to buttercream.
Oh, so you don't need the fluff.
Praise the Lord in heaven. They have changed it back to buttercream, y'all.
People must have complained.
They probably did complain. This cake has always had buttercream on it since I can remember. And they changed it, like I said, to you're going to flip one over like that. And a lot of y'all are going to be like, I can't do that. Yeah, you can. Just take a spatula and run it in between them like that. Run it all the way through. See how I did? And then pick it up like that. I'm going to put the icing side down. Like up. And now that it's got buttercream on it again, whew, that's the good stuff. I don't have to use the marshmallow cream, okay? If for some reason you got one in the freezer and it don't, you can always add it. I'll show you how to add it if you want to add it. We'll add it to 1.
Hello, Christy and Roy.
This is like 7-minute icing.
They want. Okay, let me show them this.
That's a cheap brand.
But yeah, well, I mean, it's fluff.
Yeah, marshmallow fluff, marshmallow cream. And now this is hard to put on. A fresh cake like this, it is not easy. I can do it because I'm pretty good at decorating cakes, but it's real sticky. And you have to really hold your spatula with your finger down this direction and put pressure on it. That's what most people don't do, is they don't put pressure on their spatula, and then it just makes a big mess. If you'll just put a little pressure,
but you don't have
that
to
crumb wants to come off, see?
You don't have to put it on there.
No,
It's just,
now that they got the right icing on here, we don't have to do that. I'm telling you, it's been a while since I bought one of these. I don't buy them that often. But then you're going to take your fresh coconut. Y'all, this is amazing. It's perfect for not turning on the oven in the summertime. It's fresh, it's delicious, and it is a dessert that will feed you and your spouse,
your kids.
and it will also feed maybe company. A small piece. I think it would feed 4. Easy.
Now, her mama loved this cake.
Oh my gosh,
We-
Mama.
When
she-
she makes it, Tammy makes it, her
Yes.
brother makes it, everybody makes it.
Yes, Eddie even makes it. He'll make them for church.
Yeah.
And he'll make several,
Yeah.
and it's just fast and easy. And Mama made it when she got older, y'all. She got tired, and once she got into her 60s, she didn't feel like standing in the kitchen and making a fresh coconut cake anymore. And she would make one of these for her, and she would make them for, like, if you have a daddy or a pawpaw that just absolutely loves fresh coconut, and you don't want to go to the trouble of making them a fresh coconut, you can make one of these, and I'm telling you, they'll be in heaven. Now, this one had the icing on the top. We're going to put it right there. Look at there. Look at there.
And it's just loaded with coconut.
Yes.
So that's what they like, is the coconut.
Yes. And you got to put a little sugar in this coconut now because it's fresh. Okay. Now, if for some reason you're diabetic and you don't want to put sugar in the coconut, you can omit the cream of coconut because there's icing on the cake that will give it some sweet flavor. Okay. Let's pick it up. Come back over here. And we're going to put the rest of this on the sides, and you're just going to pile it on. Push it in there. And I'm telling you, I am not kidding. Pepperidge Farm cake layers do not taste like cake mix. They do not make their cakes with cake mix. Like most everything you buy today, even Publix and Kroger, most everybody's cakes in the bakery is made with a cake mix. But Pepperidge Farms, I do not believe they are because they taste homemade to me. The layers do. And so if you really want a homemade fresh coconut cake and you hadn't had one in 20 or 30 years, if you can find this fresh coconut, and if you can't find it at one grocery store, don't give up. Call them on the phone until you find somebody that has it and go get you some.
And somebody I know is going to ask, can they do it with
Look at
Baker's
that.
coconut? I know they're going to ask that. So.
Can you do it with Baker's coconut? Absolutely, because, I mean, it don't have enough coconut on it, but
It's not the
you
same.
don't need to put the cream of coconut on Baker's coconut because it's already got sugar in it, and it's nothing like fresh coconut. They're completely different things. If you've never had a fresh coconut cake and you like coconut, I'm telling you, especially if you like coconut milk. I mean, a lot of people drink coconut water now. if you like that kind of stuff, you will absolutely adore this cake. Now, because it does have a lot of moisture, make sure you put it on something that if it were to run for some reason, I don't think this is going to, but if you were to, you can put it on something that, it won't run off of. That's another thing. If you take this somewhere, this is a very popular dessert at Christmas. If for some reason you take this dessert somewhere in the summer, you can't let it sit outside too long. Okay?
How long is it good in the refrigerator?
Oh my goodness, this thing would be good in the refrigerator. I'd say 2 weeks. 2 weeks at least. Make sure you put it in something airtight. Don't just stick it in the refrigerator if you want to leave it in there that long. Put it in something airtight. It's short, so put it in, you can cut it up and put it in something. Okay? And I'm telling you, this was Mama's secret. And it's wonderful, y'all. If you're 60 and older and you're tired and you want to enjoy something good, and you might say, well, I just like the Pepperidge Farm coconut cakes. Honey, you should try this. If you don't try, there's several of my recipes that are must-tries. This is one of them. Okay, this is just a must-try recipe. Really and truly, I think this would serve, because it's
You got so much
little
coconut.
layers,
Yeah.
and there's so much coconut. If you were serving it at your house, I think 6
Oh, yeah.
would be nice, good servings. So we'll cut it that way. So you cut it right down the middle, and then you cut it this direction, and then cut it one more time, and it should give you 6 good servings. Here, I'll take one out of the middle to make it pretty. It'll be pretty, but it won't have as much coconut on it. It's the edges. Look at that.
And if you didn't tell nobody, probably nobody would even know.
They would not know you did not make this
You
cake.
can
They
fool.
absolutely wouldn't have any idea. Look how pretty that is. It's gorgeous. And I mean, it tastes, well, it's homemade, because their layers are homemade. I know they are. And then you've got this fresh stuff in it. The only thing that's not homemade in it is the marshmallow cream. If your mama made it with 7-minute icing and you want to add some of that to it, you can. But since they have turned this back to buttercream, it's going to be a booger to ice. So I wouldn't recommend it. I would recommend it just like my recipe tells you to make it. Okay? Let's get a bite. And this is plenty big piece of cake.
Oh, yeah.
Now that marshmallow cream does look good though. It's sticky. Did
Yeah.
you see that when
Yeah.
It tastes just like my mama's homemade cake. It tastes just like my mama's homemade fresh coconut cake. And she used a white layer like this. No yellow, no egg yolks, just white. And absolutely no cake mix for a fresh coconut cake. Do not ever use a cake mix to make a fresh coconut cake, because the coconut has a very mild flavor, and the flavor from the
Cake mix.
cake mix, all you taste is cake mix. I mean, I've got a couple of cakes that people just love, like the pineapple pina colada cake, but it tastes a lot like the cake mix, even with all that stuff in there, because it's a cake mix. When you make this cake, you have to use my mama's white cake layers if you want to make it homemade, or this Pepperidge Farm white coconut cake layer. Okay? No kidding. Can't beat it. You want to buy it, Chris?
No, waiting.
All right. I'm going to show you where it is on the website. I mean, it's just gorgeous. Look at it. I'm going to show you where it is on the website. My daddy would love a piece of that. And look how fast I made it. You can make that. If I weren't talking, I could have made it in 10 minutes. And y'all are like, well, I don't know if I could lift the layers off. Yeah, you can. But make sure you take your spatula and go all the way across before you try to pick it up.
You can
Okay.
you can put it back together.
And use both hands. And if
Yeah.
it falls apart, if it cracks in half, so what? Just throw it back on there. You're just going to pile it with coconut anyway.
That'll probably be my supper. So
Okay. So this is Mama's Coconut Hack. It's recipe 212. And I tell you, it's just the frozen coconut, 2 6-ounce bags. And I used about 3 6-ounce bags just now. And it's a good thing because it's got 3 layers instead of 2 now. Then you've got the cream of coconut, the frozen 3-layer cake. And I tell you, you can use lemon or coconut, but you really need to use the coconut. And then sugar if you're using coconut milk. And so simple, y'all. So simple. And I'm telling you, if there's somebody in your life that hadn't had one in a long time and you want to treat them special, if you've got a grandparent or a mom or a dad, please try to do this for them. They will be so thrilled and happy. All right. I hope you've enjoyed watching my mama's shortcut coconut hack, fresh coconut. She just loved it. I hope y'all have a wonderful day, and I hope you enjoy it just as much as we do, because you can't beat it. We'll see you next time on Collard Valley Cooks, cooking like Mama did. Bye, y'all. Love ya.